All right, all right, all right, all right. What we doing? What we doing? Finally, all right. QB versus Shooney just went down just like 2 minutes ago. This was a fire battle. Finally, got the whole the whole room shaking. There was it was lit. It was lit. Finally. So let me take a look at my notes. I actually wrote a couple things down. So yeah, this is finally the battle that got the momentum going. Everybody kind of broke loose, and yeah, we litty now. We litty. This is an event now. So Shooney versus QB. Shooney goes first. First round was good. It was a good round from Shooney. Right off the bat, she had a couple room shakers. Really got the building going. Uh, the only thing is, I guess they had agreed to. Well, Shooney was under the impression it was like a 2 minute, 2:30 with a grace period. So it was a good round from Shooney. QB went up, and she was going in. It was apparently it was a lot longer. Like through Shooney's round, I got up, take a leak, and I came back. I was listening to the whole thing, but honestly, like QB's first round, through like the first half, it wasn't that powerful. It was still QB doing her thing, but she ended up cooking towards the second half. Now, apparently, this was a lot longer of a round than Shooney's, but like from what I heard, because I wasn't like I didn't give it my undivided attention on the first round, but I had Shooney winning the first round, even though QB had a much longer round apparently. So throughout the second half of QB's round, that's when I thought she started really cooking. So I gave that first round to Shooney on this first watch. It might be different. I'm gonna have to watch that round again to really find out. But bar for bar, I think Shooney just had a bigger impact out of the gate. So that caused a little controversy between them and time. So ARP took a second. They was getting the stopwatch out, making sure because they were complaining that her round was too long from what they agreed on. So it was a little pause for a few minutes, trying to figure that out, trying to see who can do it, be the timekeeper and shit. But eventually they figured it out, and so Shooney went on the second round. She had a good round on the second round, but like in towards the middle, she had a kind of a it was kind of like a choke. She like took a second, and then she went for the water, and it looked like she was. She said her mouth was just dry, but it looked like she was just trying to remember what was her next line throughout that little pause getting the water. So I'm not sure if it was a complete fumble or it was truly a water break that she needed to rehydrate her mouth. But towards she was kind of like fumbling after that, and she had a little stumble after that, but it was still good. It was still a good round besides the little stumbles and the water break. Uh, QB went up. She had a fire round. Um, she went in about who Shooney was fucking in her life, and how many battle rappers she done fucked, and how many with all these battle rappers you could have created your own card, your own event. So QB had a fire round. I'm gonna give the second round to QB because of mostly because of the stumbles that Shooney had in the second round. But QB's round was still fire, even without the chokes from Shooney. I still probably would have gave it to QB. And she went just they were watching her time, but she ended up stopping probably when she was supposed to. As far as the material she had, I'm not sure whether she stopped it early or not, but they were very conscious of how much time she was going. So The first one I'm gonna call debatable because of the time discrepancy, but I still gave it an edge to Shooney from on a bar for bar basis. Second round, I got QB. Shooney's stumbles and shit, discrepancy there, but I still think QB's was a little bit more fire. So the third round, Shooney had a dope round again. A slight couple little stumbles, but nothing heavy. But she did seem to go up on her time and ended up with like a 3 minute 30 round. So it wasn't that bad. She kind of went over her time herself, from what originally she had planned. So I'm not sure if she wrote that third round purposely a little longer or what happened. But QB went up. She had a dope third round. I think it kind of fizzled just a tad towards the end. Probably the last minute was kind of fizzling out. Her bars were still good, but I think her delivery wasn't on point enough to make an impact in those bars. So the third round's kind of debatable. I'm gonna have to go with QB. I think QB was this was the battle of the night so far. They were both going in. Definitely a lit battle. So salute to both of these female MCs. They put on. I think it was definitely worth the expectations that were met. Very disrespectful from both. Very disrespectful. I think Twitter's calling it probably the most disrespectful round of the year. The most disrespectful battle of the year. It was heavily disrespectful, but that's the style. That's QB style. And QB was also going in about in the third about how Shooney took her whole style being disrespectful, even moving to Connecticut, putting black in her name from Black Diamond from QB, Black Widow from Shooney, saying she just copy and pasting her whole style and shit. But overall, it was a very dope battle. I'm happy that this battle turned out great. Personally, I'm going to give it to QB 2-1. And some might argue a 3-0 because of the long round that QB had. Because it was still a good round, but it was just longer. So I'm going to have to definitely watch it back and give a better analysis of who actually had the better rounds. But overall, it's looking like a 2-1, possibly a 3-0 to QB. But Shooney did her fucking thing, and salute to both of them, man. They actually got the room shaking. Everybody seemed to be feeling it. Everybody was into it. Everybody was feeling the disrespect coming from both of them. You know, talking about dead grandmother, glad she's dead type shit. It was crazy. So there's 2 battles left. We have the main event, of course, and then we have the Calico and Ill Will, which I would guess is going to happen next. I don't think there's any need for them to bump the main event down because the event is moving a lot faster. This is a smaller card with 4 main battles. So, you know, a couple more battles to go. This event should probably end by 6-ish. I think they were saying they got to be out of club drawn by 6. I don't know if they're going to make that mark because it's 4:40 right now, and it's an hour and a half to get these 2 battles finished. And the battle's like taking like a half hour a piece with the in-betweens. So who knows if they're going to make that mark. But I don't see why they would bump the main event down. The main event will probably be the main event being the last battle. So I'm projecting Ill Will and Calico up next. If not, I'm not mad either way. The event's moving along pretty quickly either way. So we'll see what happens. But so far, dope battle from the 2 ladies. So salute to them for putting on. And battle rap stats, I had a QB winning for sure. So it's going ahead, bro. Talking. Yeah, well, what you know, I peeped some moose knuckles too. the lighting on Shooney's pants were just kind of giving a little glimpse of some moose knuckles. So salute to that. And if I can remember, like one fire line I remember was QB saying something about fettuccine. Of course, she was referencing, but your kids are gonna have to sleep with one eye open, like Fetty, referencing Fetty. But I butchered it, of course. But it was a very dope line from QB. So, salute to everybody tuning in. Go ahead and leave me a like or a dislike. I don't give a shit either way, but leave me something telling me that you appreciate and these recaps fast after the battle recaps, because they just literally just happened and I'm just going by memory. And I'm sure I'll break them down a little later, possibly with the union, because Jay Legend is in the building, so he can give us the in the building perspective as well, and we can talk about that. So salute everybody for tuning in. I'll be back with the recaps for the next two battles. So salute to y'all.